Hey my friend, this is Gavin Mountford here and welcome to the Attraction Marketing Guys show. This is episode number 10 and I will be your host, Gavin Mountford. In today's episode, what I'm going to be sharing with you is I'm going to share with you the second step of the 6-step sponsoring sequence. And I'm going to share a little bit more about capturing leads and building your email list and how important that is. What I'm also going to share with you is 4 places that you can actually build your list, 4 places that you can start to develop your audience. Now, you may have watched yesterday's or listened to yesterday's training, which was all about creating compelling content, and that was step 1 in the process. If you're not creating content, you're not going to be generating traffic, and as a result of that, you're not going to be generating leads. So once you've started to create content, and I'm going to have a challenge for you a little bit later, so make sure you stick around if you're watching this live or listening to this live. But essentially, if you're not creating content, you're not generating leads. Now, once you start creating content, you start to generate traffic, and you've got to do something with that traffic. Now, one of the things that I did many years ago is I joined a network marketing business. And what I did was I started to create content and I started to generate traffic to that content. But what I hadn't realized was that I was actually sending that traffic directly to the network marketing company website. And I was hoping that people would join up, and nobody joined up. I didn't build my asset, which was my list. All I was doing was sending cold traffic who didn't know me, they didn't have a relationship. I was sending it directly to a company replicated website with no personality at all. And that was my biggest mistake. It was also my biggest learning curve, because I realized very quickly that in order to sponsor people, in order to get sales online and make an income on the internet, what you actually have to do is you have to build a relationship with your subscriber base. And now, if I was to tell you that on average, and this is industry-wide, this is across the internet marketing industry, and this can vary, but this is on average, each subscriber on your list is worth on average of $1 per month per subscriber. So essentially, if you've got 100 subscribers on your email list, you should be making around $100 per month. If you've got 1,000 subscribers on your email list, you should be making on average around $1,000 per month. If you have 10,000 subscribers on your email list, you should be making on average around $10,000 per month. So let me ask you this question: how big is your email list? If you're not making that kind of money, that's okay. It's probably because you don't have a great relationship with your subscribers. And what I'm going to share with you today can dramatically change that, because you know probably by now that I talk more about the high tech and the high touch approach, where I automate a lot of stuff, but at the same time I'm very personable, I'm real, I'm down to earth, I build relationships with people. What if I was also to tell you that using the process that I use myself with my Attraction Marketing Academy and my Attraction Marketing system, you can actually make each subscriber on your email list worth 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, even 5 times what I just shared with you. So let's just say that each subscriber on your email list was now worth $5 per month. How quickly do you think you could start making money when you implement this method? So let me run through 4 different methods and 4 different places that you can start to capture your leads. One of the biggest things that you're going to need is a capture page, because if you don't have a capture page, if you don't have a brand, if you don't have a kind of a target market that you're going after, then you're never going to capture leads. You're never going to build an email list. And that is a huge problem, because then you don't have an audience to follow up with on a regular basis. So the first place to capture your leads is you capture them into a capture page, and they go into your email list. So number 1 is your email list. And what happens is when people are on your email list, you're probably on my email list. In fact, I'm pretty sure most people on here are on my email list. I email on a regular basis, which means that I'm building a relationship with you, and you can see that I'm offering value, I'm offering training, I'm helping, I'm making a difference, and what I give you can help you in your business. So what's happening is there's a one-way conversation normally between me and you when it comes to email, because I send you an email and you read it, but most people don't reply to emails. And this is where the other methods come into play that I'm going to share with you in a second. So, just building an email list now is no longer good enough. And the reason is that most people don't open their emails. If you're lucky, you might get a 3, 4, 5% open rate. Sometimes I'll get a 10 to 15% open rate on my emails, which means for every 100 people, let's say 10 people or 15 people actually open up that email. So there's a big problem. As you build your email list, if it's done through solo ads, if it's done through Facebook ads, if it's done through social media, most of the time those people aren't going to know you. Therefore, think about it. How many times do you open up an email from a complete stranger? Not very often at all. So you've got to start to think about how you can engage and interact with your audience and how they can get to know you more. So the second area, I've just got my notes down there just to make sure I'm reading these out in the correct order. But the second area is to have a Facebook community or a Facebook group. And this is absolutely critical. This is something that most people miss, because what you can do, and this is just a golden nugget to write down if you've got a pen and paper, but let's just say you send traffic to your capture page, and the purpose of your capture page is to capture an email address of your prospect. What happens next is your prospect gets redirected to a thank you page, where you then deliver your you can deliver your free gift that you promised them. What you can also do on that thank you page, and this is a huge takeaway, and this transformed my business, is you can actually put a link to 2 different places. You can say something like, hey, thanks for subscribing to my email list. I've just sent you your free report via email. Whilst you're on this page, there's 2 action steps to do. If you take a look below, if you click the first link, that's going to allow you to like my fan page, which means I'll be able to connect with you on a regular basis, and you'll get the value and the extra trainings that I'm going to be delivering. And what will also happen is if you click the button below that, step 2, you'll be able to join my private community, where I offer some advanced trainings for members only. Okay, so just think about that for a second. What I just shared with you is critical, because what you've now done is you've taken your lead that has just gone into your capture page, they've been redirected to your thank you page, and now what they've done is they have liked your fan page and they have joined your group or community. So now you've got your prospect in 3 different places: your email list, a fan of your fan page, your community, which means that you can then follow up personally with them. And now all of a sudden that one-way conversation that we talked about, which was you sending out an email every day or every couple of days, just an email blast, what now happens is that this is a two-way conversation. Which means you can build relationships with people. And if you're a network marketer, that is absolute golden, because the way that most people teach attraction marketing and online network marketing is they say, build a list, send emails to your list every single day. And yes, that's great. That's one method. That's just kind of an internet marketing approach. There's no relationship there, which means you never sponsor people into your business. As soon as you capture people as a fan on your fan page, and then you start to deliver valuable content to those people, and as soon as your prospect joins you in the group or your community on Facebook, again, you can actually send a personal message to your prospect. Now, how many times have you seen it before? Or how many times have you ever had it where you know exactly who's on your email list? Because every person that joins your email list also joins your fan page and also joins your group, which means that you get to know exactly who's on that list. And what that means is you can actually personally follow up with each prospect to get to know them. So when they then receive an email from you today or tomorrow or the next day in your email inbox or in their email inbox, they go, oh yeah, there's Gavin Mountford. And what happens now is all of a sudden It's like, oh yeah, there's Gavin Mountford, there's his email, or there's Gavin Mountford, he's just posted a status update on his fan page, or oh, there's Gavin Mountford, he's just approved me in my community, and he's just sent me a private message. All of a sudden, you get everywhere. You are literally in front of your prospect everywhere. And the last place that I'm going to share with you today is the fourth place that you can actually have people, if you do it correctly, is if you've ever been on Facebook before, which I'm guessing that everybody has, and maybe the day before you visited a hotel website, or maybe you visited a holiday website, or maybe you visited Amazon. Well, when you get onto Facebook, or when you start browsing the web, in the sidebar of your Facebook account is a advert that is exactly what you were looking at on a different website. And you're probably thinking, well, how did they get my details? How did they know I was looking at that? And it's called retargeting or remarketing, where essentially you can put an advert, and if many of you on here right now will be seeing an advert from me every single day that says something like, hey my friend Gavin Mountford here, I just wanted to remind you about Networking Superstars School. I'm not sure if anybody has seen that yet, but you will be seeing it on a daily basis. And every time you see it, you'll go, oh yeah, there's Gavin Mountford. Or I better get to the Attraction Marketing Academy class, or I need to get to the Networking Superstars School tonight at 4 p.m. Eastern or 9 p.m. UK time. And it's always in your mind. And then you see me post on the fan page, and then you see an email from me. Essentially, you can't escape me. And that's the great thing. I'm not chasing you. It's the other way around, actually. It's you coming to me because of the content and the training and the value that I'm actually providing. And you can do this too. You absolutely can do it. And that's what I'm here for, is to teach you this process on a daily basis, where you've got ideas and you can come to these trainings, you can listen to these audios and these podcasts and the replays, you can get knowledge, and then you can actually take action and share that knowledge with other people, which means that all of a sudden you start to develop a fan base, and now people come to you. And eventually, once you've built that relationship with people, you can do anything you want. You can recommend a product or a service and people will buy. You can recommend a network marketing business and people will join. You can say, submit an application form and I'll get back to you, and people will. You can say, come to a webinar that I'm holding tonight, and people will come. Watch this video and people will watch. So you can do this easily. You've just got to learn the right way to do it. I talk more about this in my Attraction Marketing Academy, which is a specific 12-week process that takes you through the entire process of setting up your full attraction marketing system. If you'd like more information on that, please let me know and just send me a quick message and say, Gavin, I'd like to know more. But this is the end of today's show. I will be back again tomorrow with step number 3 of this 6-step sponsoring sequence, and I will also have the replay for this on the Networking Superstars blog. So just want to say a huge thank you and take care. I'll see you very soon. Bye bye.